Hi, everybody.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Sean.
And we're Fuzzle. Welcome to episode 3 of the Fuzzlecast. We've got a great interview for you today with Rebecca Sykes, an amazing drummer out of San Diego. She's drummed on a few of our songs, and so we'll be getting to know her and sharing that with you now. Enjoy.
With us today is Rebecca.
Hello.
So, Rebecca, we've worked with you a little bit in the past on some of our Fuzzle songs, and we wanted to get you on here because you're one of the most, dynamic drummers that we know, and just you kind of blew us away by just your catalog and what you have kind of on your social media. You really impressed us a lot.
Thank you.
And we wanted to hear some more about what you're doing and how you've kind of gotten to where you are today. I mean, we can see the big drum set behind you, the nice studio. It looks like you're pretty in deep.
Yeah. So currently, I've been trying to upgrade with lights and better cameras. I got some GoPros. So I'm planning on making some good videos of original music or covers or really whatever when I can. But the thing that's been taking up most of my time right now is this 1-year audio production course that I'm in at Studio West here in San Diego. And
Nice.
It has been very challenging and time consuming, but extremely fun. And I've learned more in 1 month than I have in years in high school. So it's crazy.
More than
really
4
cool.
years of marching band?
Oh, that is a good question there, but I mean, it's comparable, honestly, because it's two different things. In marching band, I learned technique and how to play the drums better, but in this course, I've been learning all about microphones and miking techniques and everything audio. So you would think
really cool.
my audio would be better right now, but I'm just using AirPods.
Then how are you coming through like this? No, I'm just kidding. What got you started with drumming? I've always just wondered that.
I think I don't even remember completely, but I think in middle school I started on clarinet, and I was in jazz band and stuff in middle school on clarinet, but I always heard the drummer and I was like, man, something about that instrument it looks so fun. It sounds cool. It's holding everybody together, and it just seemed really appealing. But then I didn't start getting into drumming until the beginning of high school. And I found out about the video game Rock Band. And so I got that, and I was playing the drums on Rock Band for hours every day, which is good and bad, but it helped me a lot. And then I ended up getting an electric kit, and then things just kind of grew from there.
What was the song on Rock Band? I'm going to guess Maps, maybe?
That's a good guess. But I had the Beatles Rock Band originally. That was the first one.
Nice.
So just all Beatles songs.
Classic.
Because I was a huge Beatles fan. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really how I found out about Rock Band, because I just got into the Beatles and I was loving all of their music. And then I saw there was a video game where I could play their music. And I was like, perfect. That's it.
Yeah, we traveled the same path as far as that. I was so into the Beatles in high school, except we didn't have Rock Band then. So I was able to get a hold of the anthology CDs, and I just wore those things out.
There you go.
But
yeah.
They were the peak.
Same.
That's awesome.
But that's really cool. I've always kind of wondered what the the half-life is going to be from those games too, because I mean there were a lot of kids that just were killing at them,
Yeah, I
and
feel like
that teaches you actual technique.
it does, and I feel like so many musicians I know right now have started on Rock Band or Guitar Hero or Rocksmith. Like it's a common way to get into music, which is really cool.
I've played a fair amount of Rocksmith. Like I learned a lot more about bass from playing that. There's no substitute for playing along with songs that you really, really like in a way like on the real instrument. Like it's awesome. It's a great way to learn just by playing along with a bunch of stuff. Which actually brings me to one of my questions. What was one of the first songs that you remember really blowing your mind and being like, drums, wow, like, or when you decided like, I really want to actually pursue music.
Yeah.
Surely there's song or artist.
Off the top of my head, the things I'm thinking, Sing, 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 because in jazz band, that's what I heard on the drums.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the first song I remember drumming wise, where I was like, wow, that is so cool. And then once I started playing,
some big timpani for that one.
Once I started playing acoustic drums, like after I got my kit, I think, I mean, the Beatles, Red Hot Chili Peppers were a big one. Smashing Pumpkins.
Nice.
Ooh, I don't even know. I just had like this playlist of a bunch of random songs that my drum teacher taught me and showed me. So just
it's all the 90s greats.
Yeah, lots of 90s rock. That's a good category to put it in. Yeah.
I was going to say one of the things I think that gravitated us to work with you is I feel like we're kind of all musical kindred spirits with like the 90s rock still being very much alive. Like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that seems like you're into just from the covers and stuff that you're playing and just the types of music is very, very much kind of near and dear to us as well. So
yeah,
it's cool to see.
All of your songs I really like too. Like your guys' style, it just resonates with me. Like I feel it,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Likewise, yeah. And I was just kind of always, when we're looking for a drummer, because it's just Eric and I who write most of the songs, or I mean, we write all of them, but we do want to have that live feel to a lot of them. And yeah, when we heard you, it was just like, she's got that sound that we want to have on our songs. So you've elevated the ones that we've recorded with you for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I could help. When I first heard Subatomic, the first one you sent me, I didn't know what to expect because these things are hit or miss, with people.
Of course.
But I heard it, I was like, man, okay, these guys know what they're doing. I'm excited for this. Yeah.
Yeah, the end result was perfect too. You killed it.
Yay.
And we wanted to make sure that we hit you with the most, like, 16th probably, or third, like basically nonstop 16th notes for like basically the entire song. Just
That's what
put you through your paces.
We just wanted to see how far your bar was, and you were certainly up there.
You were testing me.
Yeah. No, but it really was awesome. I remember getting the files back from you over the holidays. Like we were just excited to, it was the first new music that we released since putting together our EP, and it was like, okay, we're gonna start and do a new song, and it was just the timing was great, and I just remember, being totally blown away. It was awesome.
Cool.
So, as far as other instruments, I see you play guitar. You're a multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah.
What do you consider yourself most akin to musically? Is that the drums or anything else?
Definitely drums. I mean, I can play guitar and bass, piano, a little bit of everything, but like I don't consider myself a full-on guitarist or, whatever. But I just like messing around with the other instruments, and I'm capable of writing stuff on guitar and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could have fooled me because I saw you put up some story today of you playing guitar. Was that something that you made up?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Like, I
I
am
mean,
capable.
you got the chops.
I just, drums, I'm completely comfortable with. Like, playing guitar in front of other people or piano, I always try to stay away from that because, like, it's just out of my comfort zone. But drums, it feels like home on drums. And improvising and stuff, a lot easier on drums than any other instrument. It's just my comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's cool. And when you're writing music, I guess this is kind of an extension of the question Sean asked. What instrument do you find yourself reaching for when you're kind of when you get ideas? Like, is that guitar, like melodically, I guess?
It is guitar, actually. When I have ideas, well, it's a combination of my notes app on my iPhone and my guitar. And yeah,
Nice.
just lyrics and guitar, that's really the base. And I do have a good number of original songs, but nobody has heard them because I don't like singing in front of people and I don't like people hearing my singing voice. So many people don't know, but maybe in the future it will happen.
Maybe produced by Fuzzle.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm. Then I guess, having played so many instruments, do you come from a musical family? Is that something that you're kind of stand out?
Actually, no. Yeah, I am a standout, really. My dad plays a little bit of guitar, but besides that, my mom is not musical at all. My brother isn't musical. He does some DJing now, but yeah, overall, I'm the most musical one. But my parents are very supportive of everything I do, and like they've just helped me get to where I am in general with all these instruments and
that's really great.
Shows and everything. Yeah.
That's the best, yeah.
Yeah.
When you got the support, it makes it so much easier.
It really does. Yeah.
And your project right now is Erratic Impulse, is that right?
Yeah. So I have two main projects right now. My punk metal band Erratic Impulse, and then I'm also playing with a funk soul R&B artist, Khalil Nash. And so I've been gigging with both of them, and recording.
And we'll link all those in the description below
too.
So everybody can check them out.
Yeah. But yeah, Erratic Impulse is actually going to be playing our last show for a while this Friday. And then we're going to take a break and write new music, record an album. So big things ahead. Yeah.
Wow. That's excellent.
Very cool.
I see you guys play some shows. You got a big crowd. You got some big followings. You do a lot of live shows with them, right?
Yeah,
looks like some wild pits.
Yeah, lots of moshing. It gets crazy sometimes. Yeah, we mostly play like DIY shows at sewers and backyards and just random places. Yeah, it's a good time.
I've seen some of those videos. It's cool. I mean, and the punk is so like endemic to San Diego. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a good scene out here for that. Yeah. Khalil plays all
South Bay and San Diego are great.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go up there too.
What were you saying Khalil does?
Yeah, I was going to say Khalil plays at like the nicer venues, and then Erratic Impulse plays at the crazy places. And both are great in their own ways, but they're completely different.
It's a great juxtaposition. For sure.
It's a good time too, because I get the best of both worlds.
Oh, yeah.
It's a yin and yang.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, I mean, it's two really dynamic projects, but that also helps to really, build who you are as an artist. Like for, what is to come. Like you said, you have your own music that you want to, maybe one day get out there.
Right.
This is all shaping you, and you're a young musician who's we've just seen great talent in you, and we're really excited to see what else you're going to come out with too, and what else you can maybe throw on some puzzle tracks here and there too.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm always open to drumming some more for your guys' songs. Yeah.
And for this project that you're doing at school, how much longer do you have going on that?
It will be until the end of October. So I started last October, and it's just like a full year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, what is the musical plan after that? Do you have anything in mind?
Right now, I honestly don't. I'm just kind of going with the flow and seeing what happens, seeing where things take me, because it's so hard to plan ahead with music.
Of course.
So I don't really know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty open to taking different opportunities that come my way. It just depends.
That's really the only answer when it comes to music.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Oh yeah. And what's one of the most interesting things that you've learned in the program? I'm very curious. I've spent the last couple of years now really getting into the production and kind of engineering side, and it's just endlessly fascinating. There's a million rabbit holes like on YouTube and stuff, but have definitely been eyeing a more formal path with some of that stuff. So would love to hear a little bit more about your perspective.
Yeah. Oh, that's a hard question. I have to recall everything I've learned so far because there's so much information. I mean, I don't even know where to begin because we started learning how to set up microphones, what different microphones were, and now we've learned how to use Pro Tools and Logic, and we just started Ableton and
all of the DAWs. All right.
Yeah, literally everything. But Pro Tools is the main focus, so I had no idea how to use. I'm a Logic user, so I didn't know how to use Pro Tools before this. But we also just started our mixing class, so if you ask me that question a little bit later on, I might have a better answer for you. But
Fair enough, yeah.
Do you have any specific question? Because I don't. There's just so much.
Of course, yeah. No worries. Yeah. No, it's fascinating, and microphones. I know that people swear by different microphones and things. Like I only finally got an SM57 this year.
Yeah,
and it's been fun.
The classic.
Kind of playing around with that on guitar and bass cabinets.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still just sticking to my Amazon MXL so far.
Hey,
working.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, speaking of microphones and budgets and stuff with gear, something I have learned with experimenting with different microphones at the studio, because they have the top of the line microphones there, and we have access to them as students, which is crazy. And so I've messed around with different microphones on drums and guitars and everything. But one thing I realized is that I have a pretty cheap Audio Technica microphone here, and at least to my ears, I can't even tell the difference between this cheap microphone versus $1,000 microphone, you know? I mean, I know some people have the ear for that, but with all the technology we have, with all the plugins and effects and stuff, I really feel like you can make any piece of gear sound good, you know?
Yep.
So that's
the performance,
right?
Yes,
the performance and like what you're using. Like if you have a bad guitar that's completely out of tune and you don't know how to play, recording it with $1,000 mic is not going to do anything. So
can't fix that in post.
Yeah. So that's one big takeaway I've had so far, actually, for myself. But
that's great.
Yeah.
We've had such a very similar experience with Fuzzle too, because I mean, we were, Eric had some production experience when we started this off, music production, but it was, it was just a couple of projects that like him and I had recorded and he had recorded with like another group. But when we really started delving into it, I mean, just with some of our Arturia is a, one of the synthesizer controllers that we use, and the presets that you can get on that thing, like we have every synthesizer we could ever want, and it sounds exactly like the originals too. I mean, it's just so fun to just play with different presets.
Yeah.
They just come out with new stuff every day.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
There's an endless amount of plugins and things online now. It's crazy. Like all the analog modeled plugins and stuff, you can literally find anything.
That's
cool. And Eric usually does.
I do my best.
Yeah.
It's funny though. I feel like I've come full circle though, because this year was when I finally invested in a reamp box, and so especially recording remotely with Sean, I can have him track direct, into his interface, and then I can fire out his direct guitar through an amp and mic it on my end. So I did that on Creature in the Corn to kind of add some more beef to some of the guitar parts that we did, in conjunction with some amp modeling and some other stuff. And so it does actually add a little bit of stereo width and some other things when you do that. And of course you can get some character. I mean, you can see my amp. It's like a cheap little, what is it? A Fender Frontman. I got it for $20 at Goodwill.
Wow,
here.
Nice. That's like unbelievable.
It has a nice little crunch to it, and I've got all my outboard gear. I can run pedals and stuff into it, and then I've got my orange bass amp, which you can't really see under there. But that's one that I've never gotten a good direct signal out of that, but I can actually run it through the reamper and like get some nice. Again, with the SM57, I feel like it's changed everything for me, for being able to round out a sound, especially with like guitar and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Finally, I've hit the hybrid period of my recording, which is fun.
Nice. Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
That time you got out of the guitar on Creature in the Corn was phenomenal too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really cool. And well, I mean, we might even want to play that as we're doing our send off today, just to remind everybody of that. So we'll probably be playing that in the background. Rebecca, you want to give us some of your social media that we can send people to check you out,
Sure.
check out your bands?
Yeah. My personal Instagram is Rebecca._.Sykes, Sykes. Everywhere else you can find me just with my name, Rebecca Sykes. And then my band, you can find us anywhere at Erratic Impulse. ERRATIC Impulse.
Excellent. And get ready to rock.
Yeah.
Because they are pretty hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
There's it's for a very specific audience, I'd say.
A lot of my friends are parts of that audience, so I think
there we go.
Get a few people seeing this video to maybe check you out.
That would be awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yep. Well, everyone, that was Rebecca Sykes. Be sure to go check out her social media of her and her band, linked in the description below. And also be sure to check out Creature of the Corn and Subatomic, 2 Fuzzle songs that Rebecca worked with us on that are rad. And once again, we are Fuzzle, and we are out. Bye-bye.